Good morning, fellow humans, and welcome to my first mornings of my Black Mirror of 2024. If you have survived 2023, some of you had a great year, and more power to you. I'm so very, very thankful for you guys having that year. My 2023 started off monumentously. It was wonderful. We were so content and so happy, and Eric and I actually got to go on our very first vacation together as a couple, just because we had been, we had been struggling to build a lot together in the 8.5 years that we were together. Not as far as our relationship. Our relationship was amazingly solid. Just both of us coming out of past hurts and just negative situations that we were involved in. And we had worked really hard together for 8.5 years. We had, we were going to be a year in our house in 2023. So we took a vacation on my birthday in 2023 to Vegas, and it was amazing. And we laughed so much. We didn't have a ton of money on that trip, and that's okay, because we didn't need it. We had each other, and we had bought some tickets in advance, and so we were completely ready to have a great vacation, and we did. A little bit of a month and some change after that vacation, unfortunately, as you all are aware, I lost Eric very suddenly on a morning that was normal, just like any other morning. We woke up together. I talked with him in the morning because he went to work really early. So I got up at 5 a.m. and was talking with him, and we had made plans on that evening to watch Succession together. It was one of his favorites, and one of my favorite things that we watched together. We had made plans for that. We had talked about what we were going to eat for dinner. The night before, we had just discussed kind of what we wanted to do with our lives and where we were heading. And we were so on the same page. It was miraculous. Like we looked at each other, and I think we were just both so jazzed and so excited that we were so on the same page or so in sync with one another that it was kind of overwhelming in a positive way. To wake up on that morning later after he left that day on the 21st of May to a police officer who had to deliver the news that he was being operated on, and then not 3 minutes later that they lost him. Probably the most earth-shattering thing that I've ever experienced in my life. And I've lost everybody. My parents are both deceased. My grandparents are both deceased. I'm not new to loss. Unfortunately, I am new to really sticking through and grieving properly. Every other death I've been able to sort of run away from. Not run away from the grieving of, if that makes sense. When my mom died, I just eventually I up and moved to Tennessee from Pennsylvania, and I'm not good at healing and dealing with grief, even though, funny enough, that's my expertise in clinical counseling psychology. It's just not. It's always true about physicians heal thyself. That's why the adage exists. Super good at helping other people through their stuff. Not always great at dealing with our own. Eric's death was probably the biggest game changer for me, not only in the fact that I knew true acceptance, true love, true contentment in my life. And without that, I was going to have to figure out, how do I really move forward from this? And I Had no idea. Didn't know. But I will say this. Sitting through this grief and continuing to sit through this grief in the new year is the best thing I've done for myself in the almost 50 years that I've lived on this earth. I didn't have a choice. I had to live in our home that we bought together. I have to parent our four fur children that we had together. I had to adjust to a single income of my own, and how was I going to make that work? And it was a lot. I learned that I have a good support system. I learned that I have some friends that are truly the people that love me in this life this year. I have found that crying unexpectedly is a normal thing, and that there is no time limit on it, and it will happen far longer after that person has passed than you expect it to, and that's okay. I've learned to figure out what self-care really looks like for myself. Just a lot of things. So no matter where 2024 finds you, if it's something that you don't want happening in your life, I encourage you to really put energy into the things that make you happy or bring you joy. If you're trying to avoid dealing with some stuff in your life, I encourage you to maybe lean in a little bit and explore why that stuff is still hanging on or festering in your world, and heal it for the first time and grieve it or deal with it. Because what's on the other side of that journey is truly what you're supposed to be doing in this life, or what life has for you. And I want you to find that, and I want you to have that, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. We get a very finite amount of time on this planet as human beings. BB says hi. And my request is that you don't waste it. As an existentialist myself, I want you to take the time, do the work to heal, and remember that you are loved by people who maybe don't even acknowledge it all the time. Sometimes it's hard for people to tell you these things. Remember that you are loved even by me, who doesn't maybe even know you personally, because you're a human being and you are worthy and you are worth it. I promise you that. I start 2024 with hope. I am opening up a new dance studio. I had one in the past, and I was so new at owning my own business. I had really no clue what I was doing. I was involved in groups that really weren't good for me personally, and I had to realize that. And so my journey is long, and my journey ahead is hopefully longer. I don't know how much time I get on this planet, but I plan so much to do as much as I can with it. I encourage you in 2024 to do the things that bring you joy, to heal the things that are holding you back. And if you have any medications, whether they be for your mind or your body, take them today. Also look into holistic solutions for your own maladies. We all have them. Remember the people who love you. Hold them as the most important people in your life. And give yourself the grace that you absolutely deserve. I love you guys. Happy 2024. And hopefully they'll be shorter, these mornings in the Black Mirror. But I wanted to say that to you guys. Have a great one.